We had him evaluated, and he's going to need that fixed. So he will be put down there, so on IR. And then as far as Juju and Mike Danigo, both are making progress and so on and so forth there. So and then DeAndre Hopkins, just take a few questions on that, but we're excited to have him here and join in with that receiving core. And again, he's been a proven player, and he'll work in those spots, that Juju and Reid did. So.
Andy, obviously he's been a good player over the years, but other than that, is there something specifically that he does well that you feel like you guys have maybe been lacking?
Well, I think not necessarily lacking, but I think he's a good, he's a veteran player and seen just about everything over 12 years. So, and he's a good space player. So he's very good understanding how to work in space. At the same time, he's a tough matchup because of his size, arm length, big body that knows how to kind of play that low post area very well.
How about a timetable for him playing?
Well, it could be this weekend. We'll see how he picks up. I've got to get him on the practice field. But why wait, right? If he can handle it without putting him in a bad position.
Bobby?
And related to that, I think Justin Reid used the term that he has a master's class in football, and his knowledge is deep, and he'll pick up things fast. How much are you already aware of that, and what will that mean in this process?
Yeah, he's a smart guy, and he understands football likewise. And Justin knows him probably better than anybody. Just haven't been with him for those years. That's exciting. I mean, that's a good thing. We've got a lot in right now, and we're just trying to get him acclimated with meetings here, and we'll see how things go at practice. But you can tell he's a very focused guy, and he's intelligent. So,
reasonably speaking, how many additional hours would it be for Hopkins this week? Like shorter menu? How does that process work?
You start kind of from the bottom of just the snap count part of it, and work your way up through. But he's seen enough. He's been around it long enough to where it's more a dialect than a language. So, that he has to learn.
We'll do last year. We're going to Adam and then Sam will be done.
Andy, are you done at wide receiver? The deadline's still a couple weeks away. Do you guys have anything else going there?
Only if you want to jump in and take a few reps.
Sam?
He does some stuff that maybe isn't what you guys currently have on the roster as far as planning traffic. I just wonder, is that something that you guys need to adjust to fit his skill set, or do you want him to more adjust to what you guys are already doing well?
No, listen, we do this with all players. We try to utilize their strengths and work them in to what we do without completely changing everything. I mean, we've got a little of everything in the offense. So, but he's similar in being able to, his awareness in space as Juju and Reid was developing into. So, and that's a good thing in this offense to be able to do.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, good.
Jaden, just how much is it that you have a respect for a young guy in that situation to be able to
Yeah, I got a lot of respect. I got a lot of confidence in him. I mean, he's a good football player. He's very instinctive. Obviously fakes are no good when they don't work. So we tried it. We thought the timing was right. Early. Not really. Kind of more of a surprise. Thought we could get it. Obviously, wouldn't call it if we didn't get it. Didn't execute it totally. Perfectly. It happens.
Dave, on the next quarter, it seemed like you guys were prepared for a fake punt San Francisco. I just wondered, McCole returned that punt. He said usually it's not fair to catch that spot. How rare is it to bust one with personnel you guys have?
If you go back and watch it was the second time we had punt or defense stay on the field. We left defense out twice. The first time, Leo almost blocked the punt. if you watched it close. And then, so that was on, we had defense stay in there again, so that was on his mind. So we rushed the punt a little bit. We got a good punt kick to us. Luckily, McCole read it and didn't fair catch it right away. Saw that it wasn't a good hang time. We were able to get the ball in our hand and then make a big play. So it was a really heads-up play by McCole. And, our defense stay team, too, did a good job.
What do you think of the block that McDuffie had on that play?
Yeah, those guys, I had all those guys before, so when they get out there on that play, they have a chance to make a play on special teams. He takes it really serious and like just the other day, he stuck his head in my head. Hey, you see my knockdown? I said, yeah, I saw it. But it's awesome. All those guys, Turk and, everybody out there, Bolton, every one of them is working real hard to get blocks, and that's why that play worked. You got defensive guys that are starting that are playing their butt off for you on special teams. So, that's what we got going right now.
Coach, ahead of last game, Josh Williams had been only playing special teams. That can be tough for a player sometimes. How did you see him attack that?
Yeah, he was a four-phase player for us, obviously before the injury. Now, we have to see what's going to happen here. We don't really know exactly. So as a coach, I have to hedge my bets, like who's going to be in, who's not going to be in. So it's going to be Nazi, him. We don't really know who's going to get the majority of the reps. So we'll play it out as the game goes on and see who's getting most, and we'll have to pull the other guy back on some special teams. So, other guy, obviously Taylor is going to be moved up. He's moved up. He'll be active. He's going to play. So we're expecting him to, step in and play some special teams roles for us.
Back to the McCole punt return, is there
Yeah.
a rule of thumb, fair catch or not? Yeah,
it's a hang time. It's a thing, it's getting reps in practice, seeing if the ball's hung up there and it's for a long time and you're checking the coverage and the coverage is coming, guys are coming off blocks and they're coming free, you make the fair catch. But if the ball's coming down and they're blocked up and you're open and the timing of it, you don't want to fair catch it, you want to return it. So that's just part of the learning curve of a good punt returner can figure that out.
and the fact that he's been doing it for a while,
Yeah.
he trusts.
Oh,
he
the
trusts as good as
punt
he
returner,
can.
I've said this a lot of times, the punt returner is besides a quarterback, is probably the hardest thing to do, in my opinion, on the football field. It's hard. You got guys coming down on you. You got to make a lot of quick decisions. You got to catch the ball, and then, it's tough. So, I have a lot of trust in him. He has a great experience, and he's gotten better and better. He's really taken it serious this year. Because that's a big part of his role right now is being that guy.
What do you learn about Chris Wallace as far as working?
He's just a solid player that, a rookie that kind of unsung hero kind of guy. He's a lot like Hicks. I have a lot of trust in him. He does a lot of important things for us, singled up gunners, as a corner, he singles up guys and runs with them and great effort. He's a smart, instinctive football player that's really stepped up for us. Our young guys are doing a great job.
A couple more. All good?
Oh, good. Thank you.